we doing, folks? Do we know who that is right there? That's Figment, Epcot Center. Everyone's trickling in. How we doing today, folks? Smell It Sunday. Whether you like that name or not, that's what we're calling this. And we have several fun, interesting things to talk about today. Hello from California. How's the weather out in California today? You can see here, it's a little muggy, but it's kind of cool. See if we can get some better light. Ah, look at that. A little better lightage. Fog and sun. In Southern California, or you're in probably Northern California. How has everyone else been? That's a great question. It's always about me. How's everybody been? Jorge, how are you? High five. All right, so let's get to this. The headline that I put in this live stream today is going to catch a lot of attention from probably people who are not subscribed. So I don't want to hold out too long to get right to the point. In the headline, it said, "Halloween surprise, Yankee Candle, Central California." Ooh, hot. No humidity though, I bet, huh? Now, you guys are probably so sick of me talking about this candle. Oh God, I need a higher platform here. Just have to hold it for now. The Haunted Hollow. But things have progressed since the last time I showed you this candle. I really do need a higher platform. Hold on. Let's do a box. Haunted Hollow. It's coming. It's coming. But that's not the surprise. This is the surprise. How's that look? Oh yeah. That is the trio for 2017 Yankee Candle Halloween. All right. And also something that I wasn't expecting, since these are 12 ounces, they're gonna retail for $19.99. Is it being released in the UK though? I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but there's certainly just no indications of that so far. You never know what's gonna happen. Will there be any other scents? There will be other scents. We have a brand new large 22-ounce paraffin, 22-ounce house warmer jar paraffin wax called Sweet Seduction. This is doing several things. It is giving Yankee Candle a brand new fragrance, but it's also replacing and trying to dampen, is that the right word? Dampen the fire of people that are so upset that candy corn has been retired. I still haven't smelled it yet. I'm working so hard. Like I said, it slipped between my fingers. But here's another surprise. There will be, and I want to give a huge shout out to Brett here. Brett, one of our subscribers, really went all out and helped me out with some of this information. So a huge high five to Brett. We were discussing there is going to be a swirl candle. So there will be a swirl candle this year. I'm not sure if it's trick or treat or if there will be trick or treat. But one thing is for sure, there's going to be a swirl of Sweet Seduction, which again is that candy corn scent. I don't understand why they retired it either. I think people like the idea of candy corn, but they just don't buy it. So Sweet Seduction is, you know, spice up the name, spice up the image, but essentially, hopefully, it's the same concept as candy corn. But that Sweet Seduction is going to be swirl with Forbidden Apple. It's going to come in a medium house warmer jar, of course, green and orange, and it doesn't have a name. You know how like the Forbidden Apple and the, was it Spice Pumpkin last year was called Toxic Tonic? No name on this one this year. And no word on Black Magic. I don't think it's coming back, folks. So if you have a jar, if you have one in your collection, or before Halloween is officially started and the catalog for Yankee Candle comes out, make sure you try to get your hands on one, because the price is probably going to start getting outrageous. Yeah, so there was two Black Magics. Last year, beautiful label, 22 ounce house warmer jar. And then the year before, it came in a small, medium, and large single wick soy candle. We talking about the swirl candle, the apple will be overpowering? That's an interesting thing. Spiced, or Sweet Seduction. Oh, and there's another one. I got another one for you. There's a trio, one of those layered candles. Not a swirl candle, but a layered candle. Hello, Candle Dreams. Hello. What is that going to be? It's going to be on top, we have, oh boy, Spiced Pumpkin, Sweet Seduction, and Buttercream. That's going to be the Halloween trio. Again, doesn't have a name. I think it's just called Halloween Trio Candle. Very cool. So we talked about how these pillars had poems, literature, excerpts inside, right? This one by John Kendrick Bangs. So as you burn it, the poem exposes itself. It says, tonight, all hallow specters strut along the moonlit way. I hope this is not a spoiler alert for anybody, but I found out what the other two have said. This was exciting. So on the Forbidden Apple, deep into the darkness, peering along, stood the wandering, fearing. I'm so ashamed of myself because I know this quote. Deep into the darkness, peering, long stood there, wandering, fearing. There he goes. I just missed the there. It didn't have the right ring to it. Mr. Edgar Allan Poe, of course, the Raven. And my soul from out that shadow that lies floating on the floor shall be lifted nevermore. But let's not forget about the Witch's Brew. Did I give you a good look at the Forbidden Apple there? And check out the color of the wax. Look at that. Come on. I don't know. I'll be honest with you. I wasn't totally sold on this, you know, sleek, luxurious look. I don't know if luxurious is the right word. I wasn't sold on it at first, but it's really growing on me now. So the Witch's Brew, William Shakespeare. How could can't be surprised with this one. Double double, toil and trouble, fire burn and cauldron bubble on the Witch's Brew. Perfect quote for the Witch's Brew pillar. So there it is, folks. I have these. These are going to be in my personal collection. I got these for me. If I find more, I will certainly put them on our eBay account. See if you guys can get them for a cheap price. But I have tons of Haunted Hollows. Now remember, this is not going to be an outlet candle. I have several outlet Haunted Hollows. There's nothing wrong with them. In fact, this one is even got a little bit of a bubble in there. You see that little bubble? That's all that's wrong with the outlet candles. So make sure you check out the eBay profile, Aromatic Adventures. Follow it. So this way, you know, every time you go on eBay, you can see what's posted, because I'm going to be posting the craziest, the most bizarre things that I find out in the road. Not just Yankee Candle, just things that I know you guys are gonna wanna have. And just as a reminder, I'm repeating myself, but I have to say this, 100% of the proceeds that are sold on these eBay items, 100% goes right back into this show. Everything. Gas in the car, travel expenses for the production of this show. Yeah. So the more money we could raise together, the more we'll be able to do, the more leeway we'll have. So I hope that was a nice little Halloween surprise, but I'm not done yet. I'm not done yet. There's more. You know, speaking of eBay, and we've done some giveaways recently. I had a lot of fun with that. Megan, you'll be receiving your Autumn Dusk candle very soon if you're out there listening. But there's two other items that, you know, probably one of the most requested candle that people ask me, like, where can I get it? Where can I get it? I need this candle. It really has become one of the big, rare Yankee candles to find, just because it was made in small production, it was made in 1 year. The execution of the fragrance was great, but the jar really got beat up in the process, just being out in the shelf. It came out 1 year and it never came back. Do we know what we're talking about? Well, I have two of the super high in demand, super collectible, super lovely, my favorite Halloween fragrance from Yankee Candle of all time. These are non-outlet jars. These are perfect condition. As you can see, never been lit. These are going up on eBay, folks. We're gonna start these at 99 cents. Now, I'd like to say that you might be able to get them for a couple bucks. Well, I hope it's not a couple bucks, because I paid a couple bucks. But hopefully the people who desperately need this will get a chance to bid on these, and all of that money will go to great purpose. Come on, ghostly treats. Ghostly treats. Do we even know what this smells like? There's plenty of videos where I talked about this. Ooey gooey marshmallow goodness. A little bit of that sweet violet in the background. Oh yeah. And it's a very, very unique candle. I can't really compare it to anything else. You know, I said marshmallow, but this is not Merry Marshmallow. It's not Campfire Treats. It's not any of those things. So those are going on eBay very soon. Very soon. So keep your eyes open for them. I'm hoping, kind of half hoping you guys can get them at a good price, but I'm also half hoping that someone who doesn't really watch the show finds it and wants to buy it, so we get a lot of funds to do something a little extra special. All right. 13 minutes. This is perfect. My lives have been going on for too long. What else was in that headline? You know what? I have this all set up for me, and I'm not even. Let's pull this live chat up on the computer here. Is there a reason why I can't see it? Always problems. There we go. All right. So what did the headline say? Rarities and Vlogust. Okay, thank God I read that title, because that is very important. If there's anyone who doesn't know what a Vlogust is, I don't blame you. But for those who do know what it is, bear with me here. Vlogust, I guess for me, it's a challenge. I've essentially been challenged to post a vlog every single day for the remainder of August. So far, I've posted a video every day in August, and I'm continuing trying to do so. This is great because there's tons of content that's going to be coming out, but you also have to realize that there are going to be some very short, maybe some videos that I post that are not like grand and epic. They'll be a little bit shorter, a little bit more cohesive. But I'm really taking this seriously. You know, there were several options already. I'm only on day 6 here. There were several options where I could have bailed out on this and said, you know what, this is too much. Because as you know, I edit my non-live videos, and that, trust me, takes much longer. It takes almost an hour to 2 hours for one finished edited minute of what you guys see. That's not even counting the time it takes to film. So it takes me a long time to produce these videos. So I'm pulling a lot of, not all-nighters, but late nights and trying to get these done. What was interesting was a couple days ago, I filmed the whole day, a segment, a whole day. And by like 6 p.m., 7 p.m., I realized it just wasn't going to work. And I had to scrap the whole thing. Now that's happened to me before, but when you're depending on posting something every day, that was truly terrifying. So instead, we had a pretty fun live late night outdoors camping in the country discussion about nighttime Yankee candles. So if you haven't seen that video, check it out. I suggested a couple Yankee candles that maybe you've heard of, but I think most people probably haven't heard of these Yankee candles. They're kind of under the radar. And if Joff, if you're out there, I wasn't sure, but he did inform me that none of the candles that I mentioned were available in the UK. So I apologize for you folks overseas. All right, what else is in this headline? Rarities. What did I mean by rarities? That was the ghostly treats. All right, I got something else. I'm trying to keep up with the mail that's coming in. I got a very pleasant postcard. I'm not going to read the postcard. This is really for my eyes only, but I do want to give a shout out to Miller B. If you're watching, he was one of the Moonbeams on Pumpkins giveaway winners, and he sent me a postcard of, I like this. He drew, if you see, he drew, I don't miss these details, he drew a little pumpkin, a jack-o'-lantern in that window, and boo, right there. This is going to be greetings from the Oak Park Public Library in Oak Park, Illinois. Very cool. I love postcards. I'm a postcard fanatic. So thank you, Miller. But check this out. It's a box. It's a box. It's mail time. You guys ready to do a little bit of mail? One of the sweetest, most loyal followers you could ever ask for. Big shout out to Nancy. Sent me a lovely package to celebrate my almost 1 year anniversary here on YouTube. Not only that, but I just surpassed my 100th video. So I'm on like 103 now. And since I'm posting every day, I really don't count the lives. Even though I probably should, I don't count the lives. But 100 videos, that's a lot of editing time. But I'm super proud of everything that's out there. So if you're ever bored, if you're ever home and you have nothing to do, check out those videos. You know, some of the thumbnails might not be the most intriguing, but so much love and effort went into those. A lot of the early ones were shot on this iPhone, and they were tons of fun. So handwritten letter, again, for my eyes only, but look, the penmanship. I'm gonna put it upside down real quick. Beautiful penmanship, beautiful card. Thank you very much, Nancy. It means the world. What was great is I got to open this up with my parents yesterday. So they really got a kick out of seeing this stuff too. Look at this. Look at this. Come on. You gotta love it. There's so much more, but I don't want to make a mess. So Beautiful mug. You might see this mug. Hi, Nicole. You might see this mug in a video I posted yesterday on Yankee Candle's White Sage. Has these beautiful retro Chicago posters that surround the circumference of this coffee mug. I love these shaped coffee mugs, so thank you very much for that. Chicago is, believe it or not, someplace I've never been, so that's on my bucket list. And I gotta get there soon, very soon. Gotta see what those hot dogs are all about. And also, you know, I think we all know by now that I am not the most knowledgeable. I want to read that comment, it disappeared. I'm not the most knowledgeable about Bath and Body Works, but a lot of you folks have been requesting that I address some of the new and classic fragrances by Bed Bath & Beyond for this season, or I should say the autumn season. And leaves, I can't tell you how many times people have asked me to review this candle. I mean, and these were gifts from Nancy, but I certainly will take the opportunity to use these to review them. And this is going to be Pumpkin Pecan Waffle. You guys probably know all about these, but again, for me, this is all brand new. Oh my God. I mean, totally waffle. Totally that maple syrup that's kind of tucked away underneath. But a massive explosion of butter, like movie theater butter popcorn, super savory. And you get that toasted Maillard reaction waffle batter. Gotta love that. All right, I'm trying to read some of your comments. You know, I gotta get like a moderator who can feed me these questions, because I'm always missing this great content, or this great these great questions here. Love the, so you guys are talking amongst yourself. I love it. I love it. I love it. Nancy sent more. If you guys don't know, I mean, I think everybody at this point, whether it was in the past or currently, has been fascinated with the work of Tim Burton. And I have always, since a very young child, been a fan of Tim Burton. See, this was before Tim Burton was famous, right? This was like back when Beetlejuice was out, or the original Batman. You know, my brothers and I were the first ones online to see the 1989 Tim Burton, Michael Keaton Batman film. And a film that came out in 1993, Beetlejuice, awesome movie, right? I would love to film some of the shooting locations of Beetlejuice. I would love to do that, and that might be on my list. But here's the thing, 1993, Tim Burton released a film. Now, he didn't direct it, he produced it, but it's probably become his most iconic film. What film is that? It's owned by Disney, and was released under Touchstone Pictures. That is going to be, of course, The Nightmare Before Christmas. But here's the thing, folks. Everybody hated it. Nobody saw it when it first came out. It did terrible in the box office. It was forgotten. Disney was ashamed because parents were so upset because they thought it was too dark and twisted. So for years, for almost, I would say, a good 6-7 years, the movie, nothing. Meanwhile, I saw the film in 1993. I loved it. I was a huge fan. I was singing like Jack Skellington in my backyard when I was a kid after I came home seeing it. I saw it so many times in the theater. I always loved it. People were like, why do you love that movie so much? And then suddenly there was this surge of like Hot Topic, a rediscovery of the film and now it is one of the most popular animations of all time. Any Disney fan can tell you that. My brother even named his dog Zero because of our love for the film. And this mug right here, very nice gift, but there's something special about these mug. I mean, it's very, I love the font, I love the logo, I love that we got Disney on there, but this mug actually functions, it does something. But I gotta grab hot water real quick. Keep your eyes on Santa Claus. If he does anything that he's not supposed to, yell at him. Right back. All right. Oh, it's not a white cat. That's Zero. That's I didn't know you were in the shot, Zero. That is the Zero. That is the dog. My brother's dog that I was just telling you about. She's sleepy, but there she is right there. Say hello to Zero. She's an American Eskimo. You're famous, Zero. Don't you care? Aren't you impressed? There's 27 people watching you right now. All right, there's a sticker in here. I'm gonna leave that sticker in there and get it out later, but check out what happens. All right, so we got hot water in the kettle, and you have American Eskimo named the Phantom. That is awesome. Hi, Rebecca. All right, so keep your eyes on the mug. Now the sun's coming out, so this might mess with the effect. Is anything happening yet? It's gotta be happening. Oh, here it comes. It takes a while, and it's really hot. You know why? There's a sticker right there. Oh, there you go. There you see it. There it is. Look at that. Come on. I'm sorry. I might be a kid when it comes to this kind of thing. But look at that. I didn't know it was going to be yellow. How cool is that? Let me flip this around. Yo, yeah. Again, a little early for Halloween, but I know probably a lot of folks like you, we celebrate Halloween kind of all year long. So beautiful mug. Now Nancy's not with us today. She said that she was hosting, I don't want to say, maybe a baby shower, maybe a bridal shower. I can't remember which it is, but she's got her work cut out for her. That is for sure. So thank you so much for sending me that package. I really appreciate it, Nancy. Huge shout out. If you guys see Nancy posting in the comments section of any of the videos, you know, just give her a big hello and thank you. All right, folks, perfect. 28 minutes, 50 seconds. This is exactly what I like. We'll get into maybe a few questions in a second. There's just one thing left I have to show you. I usually like to keep these surprises. Because it's Vlogust and because I have to put out a video every day, I have to end this video, film a review, which you might think takes me 20 minutes, maybe a half hour. No, it takes me a lot longer than that. And then I have to edit it, get it done, and then possibly travel later tonight. And so that I can film something for tomorrow. Well, I'll have the review of this up tomorrow, but what I do tomorrow, what I film tomorrow, will be posted on Tuesday. Does that make sense? And it's going to be traveling. It's going to be on the road stuff. Hopefully we'll keep it very exciting. But I think I have some interesting plans that you guys might enjoy. The candle that I'm holding is one that I've showed you before, but it's been a long time. This is the second of the Fall in Love UK European candles for 2017 autumn. I just released Autumn Glow, my review on that video. This one is a mulberry and fig delight. Now I know what you're thinking. Is this identical or similar to pomegranate and sweet fig? Is that the name of the one that came out this year in the US? Is it the same? It's not the same. Is it similar? Well, we'll address that during the review. And it's funny, I'm still seeing all my social media as I'm live with you guys. So I'm gonna film that tonight. That should be ready. Let's say that'll be available on Wednesday, and then we'll probably do another live this week. Richard Martins, hello, and hope everything is wonderful in England. I hope I get to hang out in your neck of the woods one of these days. One of these days, very soon. If anyone's here right now, just as a reminder, let's give the thumbs up. Just in case you're enjoying it. If this is torture for you, well, don't thumbs down. Don't thumbs down. But thumbs up, because that's good. I don't know if you guys know this, but the analytics for our channel right now, and I say our channel, I mean that, our channel, it's out of control. We're getting subscribers, so many subscribers, more, we're getting them at a faster clip than we've ever gotten them before. We're getting more view time, more of you folks are watching the videos for longer, so instead of watching 2 minutes of the video and turning it off, you're watching more of the video, and the views are out of control. And this is great news. This is great news for me. You know, I was really, you know, you guys probably still ask why I'm doing this, why I'm investing so much into this channel. You probably think I'm seeking for attention and that I need friends. And that's really not the case, guys. You know, I had an idea. I had an idea a long time ago now, and I finally last year got to start this up. Was brave enough to just bite the bullet and attack this, and I have such bright plans for our future, but it's gonna be a slow process, one step at a time. So what I can ask from you guys, if you don't mind, is spread the love. What do I mean by spread the love? Talk to some of your friends, recommend a video, share your favorite video maybe on a Facebook page. Don't tell people that won't like the show, but maybe think of a couple friends, family members who might enjoy some of the content that I produce. Maybe they'll check it out, maybe they'll subscribe. Again, the more subscribers we have, the faster, exponentially, we keep growing. And big things are in our future, because like I said, when I approach people for interviews and stuff now, they take us a little bit more seriously than they did a year ago. We're about to hit that 1,500 subscriber mark, which to some people might be a small number, but for me that's the biggest number in the world. So thank you very much for subscribing. I got something for you. Shout out to Kevin. Almost forgot, and it's the first thing on my list. Kevin is a new patron of the Candle Enthusiast Patreon account. You'll notice him on the Wall of Fame. Thank you so much for your support and your lovely messages, comments. Thank you, I really appreciate that. But something also about Patreon, because somebody brought it to my attention. If you notice the Patreon account, some of the tiers, you know, all I ask is you know, if you can, throw in $1, throw in $3 if you can. But there are some other tiers where you get, there's some perks, there's some prizes. If you look at some of them, it says, and I have to fix this, Patreon exclusive content. No, There is no Patreon exclusive comment. There's a message board there, but I mean, it's really just, I mean, any important information I'm sharing with you, any content that I'm producing, I'm sharing with you. You never, ever have to pay for my content. This content is free for you, your friends, your family. But like I said, Patreon is just a way, if you're like, you know what, I have $1, I can maybe throw that in a month. I support a few, what do you call them? Patreon accounts, other vloggers. Not much, I can't afford much, but just, again, it's to fuel the show, it's to keep us moving, it's to keep us doing things. Things really slowed down in April. Not money-wise with Patreon, but just things really slowed down for me because I couldn't really travel that much and I was working really hard. And I didn't like that because I was really saying to everybody that, oh wait, wow, when we get into 2017, we're going places. So I want to make sure that I'm delivering on my promises. Is Santa smoke free yet? Did I make a joke about him smoking cigars? Or is that because he was out in the campfire last night? You are so right, Richard M. What did Richard M say? This channel's going places. Look at you, very positive. But that's it, that's it. You know what? I want to say this and then we're going to start wrapping things up. I got a busy day. You guys need more content. You don't need to see me rambling. I am so proud of the community that we have here. I was recently having a conversation about people, and they're like, how about, you try to get subscribers by doing this and doing this. And I'm like, you know what? I like how our subscriber base has grown organically. I don't want people to subscribe to the channel if they don't want to be subscribed. Nor do I want subscribers who are going to come here and just spread negativity, put it, just kind of be a what's the character's name? SNL. Oh God, what's the name? You guys know what I'm talking about. But Debbie Downer. I just don't want folks here just bringing us down. This is a place for us to have fun, to relive the past, nostalgia, kids. Be wild, free, travel, do good stuff. I love the community that we have. We have no trolls. Does anybody notice that? There's no trolls on our channel. There's nobody trying to cut us down. There's nothing like that. Nothing but positivity, and I want to keep it that way. There are 39 people watching, and I'm about to sign out. That always upsets me. But, so what is coming up this week? Let me do this. There's not a, thank you so much, Nicole, for bringing this up. I mean, I opened a Candle Enthusiast page. I am not a Facebook aficionado. I'll be honest with you, when it comes to social media, I do it on my cell phone. And I don't want to judge Facebook, but I can't stand the Facebook application for the iPhone. I don't know if it's better for any other phone format, but if anybody, I know there's like not Candle Enthusiast, but there's other like YouTube channel like fan pages where someone just kind of takes the initiative to open up something. If anybody wants to do something like that, not only would I be so honored and would I appreciate that, but it's just something I can't do. I mean, if you guys haven't noticed, this is another important thing I need to mention. I'm about 2 weeks behind in answering comments because I've been that busy, and it's something I've never done before, and I feel so bad because I respond to every comment on all my videos, and I'm almost 2 weeks behind. So trying to tackle like a Facebook page or a Facebook group, even just Twitter, Instagram, answering those messages. And a lot of folks are reaching out through Facebook, and I don't mind. I love hearing from you guys. It certainly makes every day so much better, every moment so much better whenever I hear from you. But it's hard for me to respond back. an assistant. Yeah, you know what? How much would I love to wake up, go to the office in the morning, have an assistant, have a partner, and be like, all right, look, you make the phone calls, you see if we can get in this location, go call that museum, can we film in there, or are they gonna kick us out? How much is the rate gonna be on that rental car? If I had someone to do that, and also have like somebody to bounce creative ideas off of, that would be so much fun. But on the other side of that coin, I think there is something extra special seeing one person do everything by themselves. I have complete creative freedom, and you know, nobody, I mean, I want you guys to help inspire the material, and I want to make sure I'm doing content that you guys want. But it's so great not to have a producer over my shoulder saying, don't do that, cut that out, you can't do that, that's not right. You know what? If it's in my heart, if I want to do something, I'll do it. And that's really the greatest part about having a YouTube channel. If anyone doesn't have a YouTube channel, is afraid to have a YouTube, open a YouTube channel. I'm telling you, it's so much fun. It takes a lot of work. The shirts, thank you for noticing that. You know, I usually don't wear shirts, t-shirts with things on them, but I think this is fun. You know, I want to kind of subconsciously, subtly, you know, throw little bits and pieces of who I am, what I enjoy, to you guys. And I saw this shirt at Disneyland a while ago, and I saw it online. I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna buy it. New here, and I love the channel. Hi from Canada. Hello from Canada. Where in Canada? I love Canada, and I really was hoping to get to Old Quebec City this past winter season, and that did not pan out, but that doesn't mean it's not going to happen. How's the weather in New York? Same as Southern Ontario, nice and cool. Yeah, it's a little muggy, but it's very cool today. I love how professional your videos are. You can tell that you put a lot of effort and time into each video, and it doesn't go unnoticed. Well, thank you very, very much. Is it Colm? Thank you very much. I hope I pronounced your name right. It does take a lot of effort, but it's, like I said, it's always my pleasure. Crisp fall night, Rebecca. All right, folks. Let's get maybe a couple more questions. I always hate saying goodbye to you guys. Rachel just said, I'll make a Facebook fan group if you guys want. Now, if you guys don't know, I'm sure you do, Rachel is a super loyal subscriber. Most of you guys are. All of you guys are. What I mean by most of you, those who are new, you know what I mean. I love all you guys. Rachel, if you would like to do that, you have the time to do that, please just go ahead and do it. I trust you. I trust you with the Candle Enthusiast. But don't feel pressured to do it either. And keep me up to date. If anyone does this, keep me up to date with what's going on. Because like I said, I don't spend a lot of time on Facebook. Okay, so when do Yankee candles for Christmas season typically release? Late September. Late September, and it is the biggest pain, because for this channel, that's when I'm right in the core of producing Halloween content. I'm usually stay 1 month in advance. So September is all about Halloween, so that when October comes around, I can post all that material. But last year they released 12 fragrances for Christmas, and I reviewed each and every one of them, and I loved reviewing them. But that, you know, like, again, that takes up time. I actually went to South Deerfield, so I didn't have to purchase the 12 candles. I just reviewed them inside the flagship store. and that was super fun. What is currently my main profession? Still in the a wine sommelier. Well, I'll always be a sommelier. I don't act and work as a sommelier right now. A sommelier is just a fancy word for fancy French word for wine professional. I do a lot of video work, editing work, contracting work. I'm really starting to address a lot of my other artistic needs that I've been suppressing for years. Last year was a big transitional part of my life. Did my wine thing, was in a comfortable place. It allowed me to adjust, make a few adjustments in my life, and it's all worked out beautifully. But do I still geek out about wine? You better believe it. Christmas and July video. Oh my god. Yeah, several of you folks have asked about this, and it will be a Christmas and July video. I apologize. It's, you know, life gets in the way. I was hoping to find a couple more things. I'll be honest, the biggest reason why it's not a super big priority is because I found a brand new fragrance for 2017, a Christmas fragrance, long ago. Balsam and clove, and I was so excited. I'm like, wow, I found this. This probably won't come out for months and months and months. And then go figure, Bed Bath & Beyond releases it like a month and a half ago. So it's not like top secret anymore. I do have some other fragrances, both for US and the UK releases. So I will do a video, a Christmas and August video, but I gotta think of an interesting approach. I find a fun, try to have it really be festive. I don't want to just be sitting in my office being Merry Christmas with a, you know, Christmas hat on. I want to find a way to really do it. Yeah, I know, and we're so busy with Halloween. We're busy with Halloween. We're busy with autumn. Christmas would be fun to do, and yet there's folks, a lot of folks, don't underestimate it. A lot of them are quiet about it, but they want summer content. Not only that, but there's a lot of folks that want to see a little bit less of the candle reviews and more of like, you know, my videos of going to attractions, amusement parks, going to towns and cities, and doing more vlog style videos. And a lot of our subscribers here found me based on those type of videos, and I really want to make sure that I'm touching on everything. But right now, I'm kind of stuck in a situation where there's a lot of autumn candles that I need to talk about. Once they're done, summer, summer, summer. The part 2 of that Lake George video will probably be coming out this week. So that's some summer activities right there. Yeah, love you traveling and reviewing at the same time. Yeah, that's really how I kind of fused the two ideas. That really was always the idea from the beginning, was to travel with the candles, create videos, tell stories, and create context behind the candle. Sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't. I think a great example for me was if you've seen my Disneyland videos. I didn't even have a candle in my hand, but I interviewed a lot of the Disney princesses, and I'm a huge Disney fan. Gotta love the Disney princesses. If you haven't checked out those videos, check them out. And I asked them, each video I was asking them slightly different questions, but more or less, if there was a candle based on them, what would it smell like? And so much fun, so much. If you've never vlogged in Disneyland and you're a vlogger, man, you have to try it. It's so much fun. Never watched a video and regretted it. Never. Always fun. Everyone is so wonderful. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. So I read all of your comments on the last live about what Halloween movie special I should make. All of the suggestions were great. I think I have a couple ideas. I just ordered Holy Ground from Which City Wicks based on your review. Rhonda, you are gonna love it. You are going to love it. If you have that spooky Halloween sensibility, you're gonna love it, let me tell you. Loved my review on Salem. Salem was such a fun trip. And ladies, Jamie, Salem was still my favorite. Salem video was still my favorite. Christmas theme park was a favorite too. Those are two of my favorite videos. That would be the Santa's Village in Jackson, New Hampshire. That park predates Disneyland. Predates Disneyland. Think about that for a second. Red Lion Inn is my favorite. So my longest video, the Norman Rockwell video, you guys are making me so happy. I'm going back through all my videos and trying to spice up the thumbnails, make them a little bit more enticing for new viewers. And that's one that I really have to fix, because just by looking at it, it looks like a Saturday Evening Post thumbnail. But that was so much fun to film that one. Yeah, did they release their Halloween candles? Which City Wicks? Yeah, I believe they're having a big sale right now. They're doing like a clearance. I believe it's 30% off. There is a code. I don't have it for you, but just go to the website or just Google Which City Wicks. You'll find it. It's not necessarily their Halloween collection, but I think, yeah, the Halloweens are starting to trickle in. All Hallows Eve, which is like an apple clove explosion of goodness. It's like if you had like an apple cider spiced with clove and you dumped it on a pile of leaves. That's what that candle smells like. And that, I think Liz has that up for sale right now. Do I remember when Yankee Candle commented on my Sicilian lemon video? Yeah, that was really cool. They commented on it on Instagram. They also subscribed. They're subscribers of the Candle Enthusiast channel. That's right. And if you go into their channel, Yankee Candle, and there's a playlist of their liked videos that they've liked in the past. Guess what? I'm not boasting, guys. I'm not boasting, but that really was really a really special day when that happened, because I was just thinking about like all the times friends and coworkers, and you know, being friendly, but they would still kind of just make fun of like, why do you enjoy these candles so much? And when that happened, I'm like, you know what? It's like, this is possible. This is possible. Can we collectively change the candle world? Can we do it? I think we can. Yes, Trent, you can order the Which City Wicks online. And they're going to be shipped straight from Salem, Massachusetts. If you're a distance away, I would recommend holding out. Keep your eyes on the weather. Hold out for a little bit. They're small production candles. Liz makes everything from beginning to end, so they don't have hubs in like Ohio where they can ship to states quickly. 45 viewers. You guys are killing me. Thank God. So, Halloween questions. Did everybody catch all of the Halloween news? We have the trio layered candles. We have the swirl candle. So not only do I have the Haunted Hollow now, I will do a review. It won't be soon because these are not new fragrances. We all know Witch's Brew. I have a whole special on Witch's Brew. I highly recommend you check it out. And Forbidden Apple. So I now have these in the collection. And for anyone who's missed it, breaks my heart to do it. It doesn't break my heart because I know it's going to you guys. I have this. two ghostly treats candles. And I know there's people out there who really, really want these. And I'm going to put this on our eBay page. Just in case you missed that earlier in the video, I will be doing that. Oh, wow, the messages weren't going. Hello from France. Where in France? And which wine region in France, if you're of age, is your preference? Are you more of a Bordeaux person, Burgundy, Loire Valley, Alsatian wines, Rhone Valley? Oh, it would be cool if Yankee Candle followed you on Instagram. You know what? Just be persistent. Be positive. They'll follow you. That's for sure. What day is Moonbeams on Pumpkins being released? 26. It's gotta be the 26th of August. I was originally told the 29th, which doesn't make sense because that would be a Tuesday. I mean, I guess it's possible, but I'm guessing Yankee Candle, they release all their fragrances on Saturday, don't they? I might be wrong about that. And so it's supposed to be the Halloween release party day, but they're going to release it early. I know it because it's an autumn candle. They don't want to, they want everyone's attention on the Halloween items on the Halloween weekend. So I'm sure once they get it in stock, they'll put it in their inventory. And so just keep calling them, keep checking it out. It really should be, I would say, around August 15th to the 20th. That you'll start seeing them pop up, and you'll see a lot of them in outlets now, if you're okay with that. I saw full-size Moonbeams on Pumpkin yesterday. You were at Woodbury Commons, Nicole. That's awesome. Did you see the Witch's Brew and the Forbidden Apple? They're there too. I've been there a couple times the past month. It's actually where, no, I didn't buy any of these candles there. It's where I bought some of the candles that I will be reviewing. The White Sage I bought there, that I reviewed last night. Eric Peter Karlsson. Disneyland Belle misses you. Oh man, Eric Peter Karlsson. Big shout out to my big bro. If you like Disney, if you like anything Disney, and you're not watching his vlogs, you're missing out. I'm sorry. You're missing out. If you want to be able to live, experience Disneyland on a day-to-day basis, or a multi-weekly, what am I going to say? Several times a week, let's put it that way. He does such a great job. The only problem is, I'm here, he's out in Disneyland. We don't get to hang out, we don't get to vlog together very often. Yes, but make sure, you know, Belle knows that I miss her too. Look at this. Rebecca knows Eric, and she even knows that it's spelled with a K. Oh, but you forgot the K in Monica, Rebecca. Trent, Santa, I found Santa on my way to New Hampshire. I was on a trip, and he was hitchhiking on the side of the road, and you know, you could tell he was having a rough week. You know, he was a bit under the weather, a little bit too much partying, a little bit too much eggnog, and you know, I asked him if he needed a lift. Picked him up. I think it was forget which town in New Hampshire, but yeah, you know, still just hanging out with him. You know, he likes to be in all the videos. He comes with us everywhere we go. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. We got a Wolf Mother comment here. If you guys don't know, Wolf Mother, thanks Jamie for pointing that out, is my brother's feature film. That's right, my brother is like a legit filmmaker, not a pretend to be filmmaker like myself. Yeah, check out his work. Not just his not just his YouTube, but his can you imagine this? His feature film library. He can actually say, I have a feature film library. I'm not jealous. I'm not jealous. Love being in the live chat. What is the spookiest place you've ever been to? Margaret. Is it okay if I answer these questions and run on a little long? We're over an hour already, but I hate to... The autumn giveaway is over, Jackie, but there will be more giveaways very soon. But I do want to answer some of those questions, like the favorite, or the most spookiest place I've ever been. If you see my Salem video last year, this is not the spookiest place I've ever been, but I was locked in the oldest, creepiest, in my opinion, cemetery in Salem. They locked the gates with me inside in the dark. I had nothing but a cell phone with about 10% battery, no other source of illumination. I spilled scalding hot coffee on me in the process. I jumped a fence, twisted my ankle. That was pretty scary. You should send Santa hats. He was wearing a witch hat for the Halloween video. You know, he's into fashion. You know, he had a T-shirt that said "Heartbreaker" on it, and I'm like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing, Santa? Come on. Like, who do you think you are? You know, I mean, be a good inspiration for the children. Raining in the UK. Look at this. Eric and Monica come to the live chats, and I don't want to say get all the attention, but everyone addresses them. I love that. Thank you guys for doing that. And a little plug for Eric Peter Karlsson. That's exactly the name of his YouTube channel, Eric Peter Karlsson. The giveaway is over. It's over. We'll do another giveaway soon. Okay, remember, you have to, I always forget to say, but you have to put these, your answers to these questions in the comments when this video is finally posted, because you can't post any comments now. But when this video is posted and it's tagged and it's listed in my uploads, go back and answer these questions. What giveaway would you like to see? Would you like to see a rare candle? Would you like to see a European candle? Would you like to see a US exclusive candle? Would you like to see something that's obscure and unique, a favorite candle of mine? Maybe it's not Yankee Candle at all. You know, this channel's really been focused on Yankee Candle for several months now. But we got to remember, the channel's called the Candle Enthusiast, not the Yankee Candle Enthusiast. So let me know what kind of giveaway you'd like to do. I have plenty of things to give away, but I want to make sure it's something exciting for everybody. Because, yeah, I mean, the more people who participate, the more fun it is for me and everybody else, I suppose. That was an awesome video. Eric, you... Huge shout out, super chat, $5. Love you, bro. Come on, guys, support the man here. This guy has you got brotherly love, My certainly one of my best friends in the whole world. And Eric, if you're listening, zero accidentally made an appearance in this video. See, if I move Figment, bam, there's zero. She's chilling. That's her spot. She likes that little spot in the shade, but she still gets a little bit of sun on her face. She's chilling. Da, da, da. Do you know if UK is getting Haunted Hollow? I really don't. And I said this earlier, Richard. I don't, you know, I would love to say there's hope, but there's just been no signs of it yet. So, I don't know, maybe we're gonna have to, I don't know, do more Haunted Hollow giveaways so you folks can have a chance of getting one out there. And I don't, the other thing too is I don't know if they're coming out in tarts or any other format. I mean, it would be at least great to send you a tart, even though it's still a fortune to ship a tart. The giveaway could be one of the candles with your face on it. I was thinking about doing that. I just don't know. I mean, do you guys want this? Sunglasses on a candle? If you do, I was thinking about making a couple Candle Enthusiast candles, putting them on eBay or doing giveaways, and then like signing it or something that comes with it, personalizing it to you in some way. Or, you know, doing a contest where, I don't know. Again, I'm going to try to stay away from the contest because last time there were so many great submissions. But I like that idea. As long as you guys want a Candle Enthusiast. I mean, like, it's funny, you know, it's like, we're talking about, my brother and I, like, you know, we're talking about, like, what are some, like, you know, small trinkets, like, what's some, like, merchandise you could put up so people who want to, like, have a button or something. I'm trying to think, what merchandise would people want of the Candle Enthusiast? And I have some cool ideas. I finally came up with one really cool idea that I think a lot of people, I think a lot of you folks are gonna want. It's really geeky, it's really corny. It's not corny, it's dorky. But if you are a true Candle Enthusiast and you're not ashamed of it, you're not bashful about it, I think you'll love this thing that I think I'm gonna have a bunch of them made and put them up at a very, very modest price and see if you guys are interested. Same Trent, same. Why no tarts? So sad. I don't know. I don't know. If it was cheaper to send to you guys, I would just take a candle, take like a turkey slicer, slice it up, and send it to you. I really would. I'm not kidding. But it costs $2. It would cost $2 more to send a full candle to, you know, Europe than it would to send a votive. It's a votive. It's 1.7 ounces. All right, Jamie. Thanks so much. Your postcard is coming soon. I just want to make sure I get you a good one. I hope you're not in a rush. But have a great one. Okay, some unusual candle reviews would be fun, but the more popular scents reviewed really helped me better appreciate them. So like the classics, Carol? Yeah, you know what? I agree with you. Oh, okay. Got you, Trent. Yeah, the posted price is a nuts. Did you folks in the UK ever get ghostly treats? Because I was looking for them in tarts, tea lights, and votives, and then I just decided we're gonna do the full puppy right here. This is a collector's item, if you ask me. And you know what? These two are in better condition than mine. All of them. It came out in 2014, and all of them had this cosmetic damage on the bottom, but compared to mine, that's nothing. But everything else is pretty good. Pretty good. Oh, Ghostly Treats. Best, in my opinion, best Halloween candle by Yankee of all time. And the packaging is awesome. You're right. Nick Gurr says, can you say my first and last name? Nick Gurr. If that's how you pronounce it, I just did. How you doing, Nick? Out of all the Yankee candles that were released so far this year, which has surprised you the most? Okay, now the word, remember this word surprise. Don't take it the wrong way. But I think Dazzling Red Maple was the biggest surprise, not in necessarily a bad way. And I know a lot of folks did not support that candle. But you know what? I bet you if I had, like, I put it in a brown paper bag and had them smell it blind, like you would like with the wine, put the bottle in a bag and have someone taste it, I bet you a lot of people would love it. I think people were more critical of the name, the picture, juxtaposed with the fragrance. That review always makes me laugh with the fire. Oh, the Ghostly Treats one. Yeah, that was fun. I enjoyed that video. God, I mean, that was back when I was just doing this with an iPhone. So what is your all-time favorite Yankee candle? I love Autumn Lodge. My all-time favorite Yankee candle, by default, is Witch's Brew. Now, there's a lot of reasons why that's a favorite. That's not just a favorite because of the fragrance. It's the emotional trigger that it pulls. It was just a candle that, you know, every time I smell it, I almost try not to smell it throughout the year, so that when I do smell it around the Halloween season, it just gives me goosebumps. But one that I burn a lot, you guys know I love Dreamy Summer Nights. Was it last year, 2 years ago? I always say how much I love that one. If I had to pick, I'm just so bad with favorites. Am I the only person who's in love with, oh my god, is it Christmas Bark? I'm forgetting the name of it. Christmas Bark. The white candle with the candy cane, peppermint bark. Peppermint bark. I love that one because I just, it's so simple. It's so simple, but when you smell that, it just, man, it was my saving grace when I lived in Napa Valley, because I could smell that in the month of December and it would bring me right back to New England just by giving it a quick little whiff. I have smelled Witch's Cauldron by Kringle Candle. I have reviewed it. Oh, you said that. You did a review on that one, right? Can't remember. I did do it. That was that's what I was reviewing when I got locked in the cemetery in Salem, was the Witch's Cauldron candle. Witch's Cauldron candle is highly collectible now. Kringle has kind of forfeited the idea of making Halloween fragrances. There could be a lot of reasons for that. I don't know why, but there was speculation of Witch's Cauldron coming back, and it never did. You know, what's the funniest thing about it was that when I purchased like the 4 that I had, I burned a couple of them. I got them for $5 each. They were on clearance for 75% off. And yet it turns out to be like one of the most collectible Kringle candles. It's not for everybody. It's a very smoky candle. It smells like you had a campfire, like hickory wood, blazing fire, and then you just like dumped a can of Dr. Pepper on top. You get that smell of wet smoke. And I said Dr. Pepper because there's a lot of that kind of amaretto, cola, black cherry notes on it as well. Beautiful candle, but you may or may not be able to deal with the smoke. I just kind of like to smell it every so often. I don't need to burn it. But I still haven't answered my favorite Yankee candle. Well, Zero is a she. You know what? She, I would be happy to, but she is a mess right now. She got all dirty on her face and on her paws. She's getting a bath. And of course, I'm probably gonna have to do it, but I don't mind. So I don't want to show her like this. I think my brother would be like, why'd you show Zero looking like that? But I will introduce you to Zero. Zero. Lift your head up so they can see you. No? Alright. Alright. I love peppermint bark too. So what was your thoughts on that green apple candle from Yankee Candle last Halloween? The Forbidden Apple? Well, Forbidden Apple is really a repackage of Granny Smith. That's been around for quite some time. I believe that's a treasure Granny Smith, or what they would call a returning favorite now, but there it is, Forbidden Apple. It's coming back out this year in 2 different formats. I love it. You know, if you read the fragrance notes, it tells you a lot of different things that are in this candle. All you really need to know is that this is a super authentic, tart and sweet, more tart, Granny Smith apple fragrance, and not just the meat, but the skin, specifically the skin and the stem on top of that apple. I know that sounds crazy, but you're getting that, a little bit of the tree, a little bit of the twig, a little bit of the leaves, a little bit of the earthiness gets in there, but mainly super, super tart apple. And this is not Jolly Rancher sour apple. No. No. Authentic, authentic, authentic. My favorite apple outside of Macintosh is Granny Smith apples. It's funny how I grew up in apple country. I'm actually in apple country right now, and yet my favorite apples grow in Washington State, I believe, right? Don't most Granny Smiths come from Washington State? And I think some of them come from Chile. Very powerful candle. If you don't have it, I'd get it. But if you don't have an association with apples and Halloween, I mean, I do, but it's so unfair for me to say because I live in apple country. But if you don't have an association with apples and Halloween, it might not work for you as a Halloween fragrance. But if you do have that association, it's something I really do believe you need in your collection. But before you get that, get Macintosh. It's one of the Yankee Candle's classic. Beautiful, beautiful. Red candle, obviously. Been around, I don't know what year it was released, but it had to be early mid-90s. Never noticed the dog before. I feel bad. I want to show you her. She's a mess. It's a mess. She likes to play in the mud. You know, I was gonna get my own dog in California. A French Bulldog. A dark colored one, like a bluish black color. Gonna name it Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. I'm so happy I didn't though. I would never be able to take care of a dog while doing this channel. Could you imagine? I mean, it would be fun. It'd be a challenge, but man, it would make things a lot more difficult. I love the Mac Apple candle as well. As well as their apple pumpkin's awesome. Apple pumpkin is just awesome. I have a question for you guys. Let's see. Ooh, I thought Elvira might be a fun theme for Halloween. Now there's an idea. We'll talk about that in the future, because that's something that's occurred to me as well. That's gonna have to be a West Coast thing. I'm not gonna be in the West Coast for Halloween. Yeah, we will address that in the future. Thanks for bringing that up. I live in Las Vegas, and we have Elvira slot machines. I think I've played that slot machine before. I don't spend a lot of time in the casinos, but I think I've seen that. It was amazing. There's two Elvira pinball machines. The first one is called like Monster Party, I think, Elvira Monster Party. The second one was called Elvira Mistress of the Dark, Scared Stiff. And man, I can't tell you how great that pinball machine was and how good I got at it. One day I will buy that pinball machine. It's the color which makes Yankees great. Hey, there's a lot to be said in that. Bermuda Beach is my favorite. Watching from London. All right. God, I would love to go to London. Rebecca, Cider Lane is one of my top 5 of any candle brand. Cider Lane. Oh, and Rebecca agrees. Monster Party. Monster Party question mark. Are you referring to the pinball machine, Cookie? I can't like do, well I could do this. I'm still thinking of what would be my favorite. Like if I was stuck on an island, what would be my favorite? Yankee Candle. I just don't think I can do that. I'm really bad. Party Monsters was the first Elvira pinball machine. If that was even what you were referring to. Nicely said, Trent. I just want to try all of the United States Yankee candles. You gotta get a trip over, spend some time in Massachusetts. Plenty of things to do in New England. And you can just hang out at Yankee Candle for the entire day, or a couple days. You can smell every single candle they have in stock. It's the smell that Yankee Candle makes great. What about the pictures, guys? What about the photographs? How do you guys feel about the photographs? Okay, if Yankee Candle decided to make really fancy, pretty, almost like pure radiance, but even fancier candles, but got rid of the labels completely and just kept like on the lid the name of the candle, what would you think? What would be your reaction to that? Or would you need that photograph? Love the old photography. So I modestly wrote, this is regarding your comment, Nicole. I modestly wrote Yankee Candle a nice little letter as a fan, just in the hopes that maybe they'd respond. I knew they would, but because I'm sure they get things like this all the time. But what I would love to see Yankee Candle do, if I was sitting down at a board meeting with those folks, I could talk to them all day, and I think they would enjoy a lot of things I'd have to say. How about a coffee table book produced by Yankee Candle called the 21st century. Corny play on words, I know, but this coffee table book would be high resolution scans, prints of every single label from Yankee Candle's earliest days to the present day. Imagine having a coffee table book. If that doesn't translate, I don't know if folks in Europe know if coffee table, coffee table book, right? That's a universal thing. Imagine having that, like a book where you could see all of these photographs and document them. Look at this. This is fun. This is really fun. I think the labels on the returning treasures is a compromise from Yankee Candle. Yeah, I think it is. But I don't know. I just don't know why they would do it when there was such a poor response when they changed it last time. It's like, it's adding more fuel to the fire. Give it a couple years before you make another big change like that. I'm alright with it. I'm alright. I like the new font. I love the old font. I like the new font. I think that I think we need to, I don't know. Yankee Candle will do what they want to do, but, I feel that they need to start addressing why Yankee Candle works. And they work because of how they affect us emotionally. Where other candle companies, Bath and Body Works, they got something else going on. They have a little bit different demographic. Their start was a lot different. The history of their company was a lot different. A lot of people just want candles that look pretty. Right? I mean, I would too if I had like a really pretty mantle. I would want some like nice centerpieces. To me, Yankee Candles are more rustic and country kitchen. And I think that we just need to remember that a large part of scent is vision, and storytelling is just as much. Storytelling and candles is just as much a storytelling form. Storytelling is, what do I want to say? Candles is a form of storytelling. Let's leave it at that. And if you don't have context behind the candle, there's nothing to stimulate the imagination. So so I'm just blocking them. I'll hit report. It could be worse. I'm assuming it's... excuse me, it's hard for me to read it. I'm assuming it's a way to differentiate the Rubbermaid company from the Kittredges. Yeah. Yeah, but, I don't know. There might be some legal things. I think that a lot of us are forgetting about, like, the new labels may have had to happen instead of it being a choice because of maybe some kind of statute between the Kittredge family, the creators of Yankee Candle, and the now Newell Brands, once owned by Jarden company, Yankee Candle. Slim photo. But have you noticed that and I hope I'm not upsetting the Europe fans out there when I say this, but are you noticing that, like say Autumn Dusk, for example, on the European label, it's bigger. It's the classic ratio, the aspect ratio. Whereas the US, it's the new aspect ratio. However, the photo on the US jar is more, there's more photograph in the US jar where it's cropped. It's a bigger label in the European jar, but it's still cropped. And the way it's cropped really changes the photograph. Take a close look. I was gonna post it on Instagram, like, you know, compare contrast, but I didn't want to like start any like arguments between like Yankee fans of, you know, UK versus US. But I want to see, I want to see them bigger. You know, I think there's things that Yankee Candle can do, like adding like the excerpts from the poems to their candles. Or come on, with this day and age and social media, make this an interactive experience. You know, I hate saying all this because this was, you know, ideas I had years and years ago. Like put QR codes or something on the bottom there that could bring you to extra content regarding the candle. You know, tell us a little bit who made this candle. Tell us about, you know, the process of what went into making this candle. What was the inspiration of this candle? You know, maybe have some exclusive artwork produced based off this content. Maybe some music, you know, again, get a musician to create a music track that you can play while burning this candle. So all of these ideas, there's so many things that can be done in the candle industry, and I just don't know why people are not taking advantage of it. The more context, the more we can involve other aspects, more interactive ways to participate with our candle, I think the more fun it is and the more people it's going to attract. It's really going to, it would really boost the popularity of candles. What is the black light lantern behind you? That thing right there, that is just it's exactly what it is. It's a lantern. It's got a battery powered candle in there. I was thinking about putting a bright light in there, but it doesn't really make sense for the day. Would love a few Harry Slatkin candles, says Mystic Pizza. The key, okay, so Shannon says that the keyhole, I mean, I know you guys can read these comments, but I want to address them. The keyhole labels of the new Yankee Candle fragrances aren't so bad, but retrofitting the old labels to the new style hasn't worked so well. So yeah, so cropping those classic images to fit the new aspect ratio wasn't working, but Yankee Candle assured everyone that eventually new photographs were going to be made to fit the new shape of the photograph, and that is starting to happen. It really is. But I totally agree with that. Like, take I don't know, I'm trying to think of a really good one here. If you're not familiar with this candle, do a Google search later on, don't leave. But Christmas Eve, the older label, but the most recent of the older label versus the new keyhole, it doesn't work. It just doesn't work. It's still a great candle, still get the same idea, but man, I'm telling you, it pulls a little bit less on those heartstrings. Ever tried one of those blood candles? Now, when you say blood candles, do you mean the candlesticks that drip blood, or somebody out there making blood-scented candles, or candles that contain blood? That's interesting. Goose Creek is good, but a little perfumey, says Candle Dreams. I just purchased Harry Slacken from QVC. They will be delivered in September, says Amy. Very cool. The candles that look like they drip blood, to Robert, question mark. If you are asking about those, I have a bunch of them. Usually in the springtime, you find them at the outlets for like $1 for a set of 2. Even though I don't have any pets in my apartment, the places that I've lived, and there's no children usually around, I still get very nervous with candlesticks. That's why I love the house warmer jar, because even if it just somehow tips over, there's no, I mean, it goes out immediately. There's no way it's ever going to create a problem. Trent, can I, let me make sure there's no questions. Hey, I have an idea, Shane. Awesome, Cookie. Let me just make sure I get everybody here. That's what I love about the America collection. Original artwork. Yeah, great point. Music City Beauty. Great point. If Yankee Candle did large peel-off labels for all of the candles, then I bet everyone would be happy. I would not be one of those people, but I see what you mean. I see what you mean. Okay. You could get in collaboration with Yankee and create QR codes and do the reviews and videos for them. Trent, I would love to do that. Why don't, how many people? All 41 of you. Write Yankee Candle and ask them that, because trust me, I've reached out to them, and yeah, I mean, stuff like that, they just, you know, they don't need that now. I don't think they need the push from people like me on the internet. It's a shame though, because a lot of folks who do, not necessarily candle reviews, but like hauls and stuff, you know, they are threatened by these people on YouTube. They're not threatened by me, so there's no sense to, you know, throw me a bone, you know what I mean? They know my content, they've seen my content, they're subscribed to the channel, they've commented on my videos before, but they know that I'm super positive, and I'm not about shoving my opinions down people's throats. I know that we all have different preferences. I try to communicate with you the best of my abilities what a candle smells like, and I make you guys make your own decisions. I'm not going to tell you not to buy a candle because it's no good. I mean it's just a joke. It's a joke. I never, you know, look, I read Roger Ebert's reviews almost on every movie every day that he would post, you know, in the Chicago papers. But other than Roger Ebert, because he just had a way of speaking, I just don't like critics. I don't like reviews, because we all have different preferences. If it was an objective statement, it's different. That's why I really try to be as objective as I can. We doing wax 2. What about maple walnut or Be thankful. I keep hearing about them. Don't know if they are treasures or what. They are treasures or returning favorites. And they... Maple Walnut. Did that one come out? I'm not sure if that one is out, but I've seen Be Thankful many times. And it is lovely. It's got the brand new label design on it. I feel like I'm really far away from you guys. Alright, we're at 100 minutes. 41, folks. There's blood-scented candles. Might be a good idea for Halloween. I'll be honest, I've thought of that before. You know, this iron-rich, gamey, maybe with like a little bit of rose accents in there. Something to brighten it up. Maybe like a little grapefruit, perhaps. Something that I thought about before, but it's very dark. That would not be for Yankee Candle. I think a lot of those candle companies that have the darker, spooky, I don't want to say spooky, but more of like the horror sensibilities, I'm sure they have done stuff like that, and they would be all about that. What is my least favorite Yankee candle? Let me think about that one. Yeah, I mean, if you had a candle really smelled like blood, that would be... I don't know. I appreciate aroma. I love aroma. But that would be, I don't know if you would really want to burn that. I mean, maybe we would want to smell it. Karlsson. Monica, what's your least favorite Yankee candle? I was just asked that question, and honestly, I can't think of one that bugs me. Like, just, I don't like it. I can't think of any. I mean, I can think of ones that, you know, I wouldn't buy. Everybody knows Monica. Say hello to Monica. It's my sister-in-law. We had EPC, Air Peter Karlsson, earlier. She's cooking liver. You know, she's... Speaking of blood. She does this just to aggravate me. She knows that the one thing... I'll eat anything. I love food. I'm a big... I don't want to say I'm a big foodie. I'm not like a big dork. But, you know, I'm not picky when it comes to food. I love all food. Liver is one of those things. I can do it. Maybe with like a really heavy-duty Syrah or Shiraz from Australia, a big, heavy, red, bold wine. I could pair that with the with liver, but oof, man, it's rough for me. Peppermint martini is mine, meaning you don't like it. Peppermint martini. I can see why that would be. My favorite Yankee candle. Hard. Number one question I always get. There was a bacon one. It was called Bacon. Bacon. And it smelled like I don't want to say that. Well, I will. Dog food. But, however, I think it was a novelty. I think Yankee Candle will even admit it was a novelty candle. I don't think anyone was really taking it seriously. They had one called On Tap, which is a beer candle. I worked as a barback for years in college, and the smell of stale beer, cleaning that up, you know, cleaning it up off the floors, cleaning it off of yourself. That smell of stale domestic beer. That's kind of what that candle smelled like, but again, it was a novelty. I don't like a birthday cake candle. Monica, what's your least favorite Yankee candle that you own? Wait, mustard? Wait, what? Where did mustard come from? Oh, she doesn't like floral candles. Rose, lilac, etc. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I understand that. I think a lot of people can't deal with florals. Lilac is one that I enjoy, as long as it's balanced out right. Same thing with rose. But, yeah, like beach flowers, the warmer climate flowers, those really intense, pungent flowers, definitely not, they don't agree with my sinuses. I'll still smell them and buy them and enjoy them, but I don't necessarily burn them. Bath & Body Works had a Thanksgiving candle that smelled like buttery mashed potatoes. So weird. Weird, but you still wanted to buy it, didn't you? No, I don't mean that with contempt. Domestic beer. Why did I say domestic beer? I say domestic beer because the bar that I worked at, we didn't. I love beer. I'm a big beer person. I love how the microbrews have really progressed in the past 10, 15 years. But I'm talking about what I meant is mainly like Bud Light, Budweiser. Nothing against Bud Light, Budweiser, but when it's hours old and dried on your t-shirt, it doesn't smell as good as it does when you first crack that can open. What I should have said is mass-produced beer, not domestic beer. How about a liver and mustard scented candle? Would anybody burn that? Would anybody do it? Brewdog. That's seems like a very. I'm gonna say no, but there's so many. It's a name that doesn't really stand out. You see a lot of dogs. Brewdog out of. Where would that be out of? And East Scotland. Unfortunately not then, no. I would love to try that. What is the whitest of the white Yankee candle? What is the whitest of white Yankee candle? In color? I'm not quite sure what you mean by that. That might be a really easy question, but for some reason my mind is not working. I can't understand what you mean by that cookie. If you can elaborate on that. Alright, so we're talking about like good Yankee Candle white candles. That peppermint bark, I love. Angel's wings means a lot to me personally. Monica Karlsson, I love amber scented candles. Black currant scent is beautiful too. Yeah, a lot of amber involved in a lot of the Yankee candles this year, Monica. You should go, I know you don't have one near you, but next opportunity you have, stop off at Yankee Candle. Smell a lot of the 2017 autumn fragrances. A lot of the base notes have a little bit of that clean, rich, warm amber, like foundation to the fragrances. Winter Wonderland, there's one for you. Soft Blanket. You know, I was gonna do a video, I still will probably do it, of soft blanket, a lot of these, you know, now that we have like warm cashmere and warm luxe cashmere, but the clean cotton candle. I was gonna take all of these candles and bring it to a laundromat and film a video in a laundromat one night, like a 24-hour laundromat. I thought that would be a fun place, fun location. I mean, what's amazing about the comments that are said are that it's like, I almost want to commend them for being as vulgar as they are. Like, man, that guy really has an agenda. He's out to really ruin people's days. I love candles that smell like cologne, the ones that have like sandalwood and other fresh things. Just wondering, are there candles that smell like licorice? Yeah, Happy Halloween, a retired candle by Yankee Candle. One of my favorite. That was a black licorice meets vanilla root beer float kind of candle. Now with black licorice, you got to remember, if you like black licorice notes, remember that sassafras, things like star anise, also have that licorice root flavor. In fact, a lot of like black licorice candies don't have licorice root in them. A lot of the times they do have things like sassafras or star anise in them to give them that flavor. So always look for things like that that give you the black licorice. What did I say, Rebecca? This guy is still here. I love your picture. I mean, it totally fits. Man, so I reported, but he doesn't mean it could still. He's still come back. Muggle moss. There's a guy. There's a guy who's his life is certainly in good shape. Whatever you're doing, Muggle, keep doing it, because you're just spreading the love. Yeah, you know, next time you have Haunted Hollow in front of you, give it a good sniff. A lot of the spices, the components that you find in really complex root beers, will have that black licorice aroma. And you know, I'm a big proponent, a big believer that there's a vanilla, an exotic vanilla bean component to that haunted or the Happy Halloween. So for me, it's not a straight up black licorice. To me, I get that really complex root beer vanilla on that candle as well. Sugared apple is Monica's favorite. Yeah, that was a hit. Honestly, I can probably name 5 people, 5 of my friends, that think that's their favorite as well. What was so magical about that fragrance? It's not much different than a lot of other Yankee candles, and yet it really was a success. I agree. I love that one too. Didn't like it on the cold, but liked it when it was burning. That's happened to me before. Did I smell star anise and orange on the Happy Halloween, Richard? But does change color when it burns. Yeah, the paraffin wax has that problem. What will help with that? The color change. If you have white paraffin wax, you can't get white soy wax. You gotta keep it out of light. And I'm not just talking about sunlight, I'm talking about all forms of light. Just think of your candles like coffee beans, a dark, cool, dry place. They are perishable products. Those oils are perishable. All in some will last years and years and years, some not so long. So put them on display, but make sure, you know, when the season's over, you put them in a nice dark place. Monica and Eric have a designated closet, which I love, for their Yankee candles. Oh, okay, Rebecca, I got you now. Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing. I mean, I don't know. I mean, are the feelings supposed to be hurt by some of those comments? I mean, I don't get it. What is that picture? And I love that you can block the message, but that YouTube would approve a name like that YouTube user right there. Where does everyone burn sugared apple? It's not inappropriate to say that it's a great bathroom candle, and I love it's. I think it's just a beautiful bathroom candle. You know, it's and that's something I would necessarily burn in the living room, but in a bedroom, master bathroom, personal bathroom, beautiful scent. There's Monica and I did a Votivo. Votivo is a luxury candle company out of South Carolina. We did a review a long time ago on some of their products. They, I think, just released a product. I don't know if Randy Jackson, wait, Randy Jackson, is that his name? The guy from American Idol? Excuse me if I'm not getting his name right, but he's a big fan of Votivo, and I don't know if he, like, was the inspiration behind the candle, like if he is the face behind the candle, but there's a big promotion for of him holding it. It's called the Black Box, and it looks so cool. I want to call Votivo. I'm like, send me one so I can review it, please, please. The packaging looks amazing. I ignore the haters. It doesn't even bother me. My concern is, I just, you know, I want families to feel safe and comfortable here. I don't want them to be worried about things that they'll read. Oh, Richard, you're very welcome. Thank you for making my Sunday. All you guys are making me postpone my work, which is a huge favor. What are the notes on sugared apple? Sugared apple has vanilla. Does it have lavender? I think that's the one that kind of throws everyone off, the one that people don't expect. Of course, it has like sweet apple in it. And I believe there was something, they described it as like a white amber. I would probably describe it as something like rosewood in it. So it does have like base notes, a woody base notes with a really creamy, like, I just think of like cream, the consistency of like Greek yogurt, has this really thick creaminess with these really bright top notes that just lift it up off the ground. Yeah, I apologize, Amy. This is the first. I think maybe it's because we're going on a long time. Is the apple a Mac or Granny Smith? I'm assuming Mac or Red Delicious. Is the apple... Oh, and I'm sorry. I should have understood what you meant. You know, it's General Apple. I admit I'm a sommelier, but that's going to be something where it's like there's no way to be able to classify. I would say it's a sweeter than tart apple. Let's put it that way. So it could certainly be a Red Delicious. It could certainly be a Macintosh. It could be a Cortland apple. Confectioner's sugar. Oh yeah, that's right. Which Yankee Candle is the strongest throw, in my opinion, Karen? I'm not gonna lie with you. To me, Balsam and Cedar, the most successful Yankee Candle of all time, the top-selling Yankee Candle of all time, Balsam and Cedar. I've never had a living space that was big enough where I could actually successfully burn Balsam and Cedar, because it is a powerhouse. Monica loves it, but she's got a pretty large living space. When I was in California, my apartment was pretty small. And I'm gonna do a whole video on throw, guys. I just really don't want to create controversy, but I get, you know, a comment that I get all the time is the candles don't throw. Yankee Candle doesn't throw anymore. I got a dud. This one doesn't throw. We really need to start like communicating with each other, talking to each other about how to appropriately burn Yankee Candles, because let me tell you, with a little bit of work, a little bit of effort, with a little bit of understanding of physics and chemistry, with a little bit of diligence, a little bit of extra attention watching your Yankee Candle burning, I bet you 95% of your problems, of throw problems, I don't use that word, but throw problems, they'll go away. These candles work, but it's not like the good old days where you could just light them on fire and set them aside and bam. It's a whole new day. Candles are a whole lot more safe. The compounds, the additives that they use are much safer for you and your family to be burning in your home. And because of all those additives and compounds that are changing, the formulations have to change. And just like wines, you know, fragrance oils are not the same from year to year to year to year. You know, like if someone's producing lavender, right, a farmer, and it's eventually made into essential oil, well, that lavender can smell different from year to year. So it's all about getting your oils from the same source. So, you know, from year to year, candles can change as well. And not just in its profile, but its intensity. But I promise you, with a little bit of work, with a little bit of diligence, a lot of those duds, those Yankee candles that you thought were duds, will work just fine. I never have, very seldom do I have issues. Some candles are low intensity, but that's not a flaw. That's not a flaw. If I was smelling this coffee and I'm like, this is a low intensity coffee, that's not a negative statement. You know, sometimes it's great not to have a super huge, thick, chocolatey, fudgy, burnt, heavy, thick, full-bodied coffee. Sometimes you want something that's a little bit brighter, a little bit lighter. Same thing with candles, same thing with fragrance. And I think anybody who's sat on a bus and had someone sit next to them who's wearing a really, really strong cologne or perfume, you know what I mean. It's not always good to have super high intensity. To impose fragrance on people is not always a fun or a good thing. Sometimes it's better to have fragrances that have those lower intensities. That's my rant for today. Good night in Germany, says Monica. Who's going away? I really do have to go, guys. But this has been great. I love the fact that we have this many folks, and that we've battled, we've conquered these trolls, these monsters, these buffoons. They come in and they try to change the world with their buffoonery. Summer Scoop has no throw. We're just burning it. Did you trim the wicks, Monica? Did you trim the wicks? And I'm guessing there's a lot of heat and humidity in your apartment right now. You know where the smell is? It's up on your ceiling. That's where the smell is. Put a nice fan up high on the ceiling. Create a convection in your living space. Promote airflow. Not ventilation, but airflow, circulation. It'll pull all that fragrance from the ceiling and bring it back down to the bottom. Just my thoughts. Powder room says airplane bathroom. Okay, so Tracy, I've had Yankee candles that don't fill a powder room the size of an airplane bathroom. It makes me not want to buy them, honestly. Okay. I believe you 100%. I believe you 100%. That's not, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to say that there's candles, there's times when you buy a candle that they don't work. Like the physics of the candle, something's not working. It wasn't made properly. Here's an interesting question. Do I find Yankee Candle throw better when they are a little older, or is it just me? I haven't thought of that before, but I'm trying to think of a reason why that would be, or why that could possibly be. Yeah, Monica loves powerful candles. I know that. That's a really interesting question, Monique. I really don't know. I've never thought that. Rebecca, love Smell It Sundays. See, I knew the name would catch on. So Trent agrees with Monique. Thanks for agreeing, Trent. Because yeah, I really didn't have a response for that one. Chocolate layer cake is a monster. It's a beast. If you've ever seen what chocolate layer cake looks like in a tart, it's got so much oil in it that it actually stains the outside of the label on the votive. It is massive. I don't know, I don't know what's going on with the ratios, the wax, the fragrance oil, but even to touch, it's a very slippery candle. So if you, yeah, I mean, if you want a chocolate candle and you're not bashful of massive chocolate layer cake is certainly the way to go. Do I use Illumilids? I definitely do. I definitely do. I love using jar holders, the glass jar holders, but I'm one of those people who really likes my living space to be cold, so I have to be a little bit creative about that. You know, this time of year, we put on our central airs, our ACs. What all that does is it doesn't promote equal pooling of the candle. You know, the one facing the wall, sometimes it will dip down a little bit and keep the glass cold. But also, that cold air, once that fragrance oil volatilizes, turns into vapor, and touches that cold air, like if you had a beach ball at the bottom of a pool, you let it go, that beach ball would fly to the surface. That's exactly what's happening when you have that AC on and you're burning a candle. All of that vapor is going right to the ceiling. Having that Illumilid there keeps the candle warm enough, but having some form of cozy or a custom-made sock, something you could wrap around the candle, is always really helpful if you have those issues. That's what I do. It's just a shame because you can't see the label. Alright, good night. EMIV, good night. Thank you for joining us today. Carol, you've been storing your Yankee candles upside down lately to see if that will stop the oils from stop the oils from pooling so much towards the bottom over time. Very, very interesting. Very interesting. In fact, you're supposed to store. A lot of people don't know this. When people store wine, not like in your wine fridge, but like when you store like a bottle of wine, you want to hold on to it for like 10, 15 years. You're actually supposed to store it upside down as well. A lot of people don't know that. So it'd be interesting if candles, it's the same concept. Part of the Man collection, Yankee released. At Home with Amy. I think it was called Fresh Cut Grass, along with Mantown and a few others. That collection was strange. Collectible, not nostalgia, collectible, novelty. Very strange. I think there's a market. I think there's a way to get men into candles, like the men. Like Yankee Candle has a room at the Village or the flagship store where it's like they got ESPN on and like leather sofas. And it's like, guys, get up off the couch, go start smelling the candles. There's nothing feminine about candles. It's fragrance. It's a sense that you have. You're gonna deny it your sense of smell? But my point about that was there's a way to get men involved in candles, but the Man-Town thing, I think that is really just perpetuating the problem. Hi, Elvira, how we doing? I'm sorry, I'm glad you're with us, but I am about to sign out soon. If you have any quick questions, or remember, please remember these videos exist forever. They're in my upload. So after I close out the video here, give me about a half hour. I get the video all tagged, and I write the description and all that good stuff. I fix up the thumbnail, and then I post it, and then you guys can comment and watch it anytime you like. Good feedback, Monica. Towards to Cookie Hill. Good point. All right, it's late in Denmark, so Karen, it's time for you to go to bed. But it's always my pleasure to go live. What did I say? I said it was going to be a half hour today. 132 minutes we're at here. But I love it because this way I get to talk to you guys. I don't have to work. But good for your brother, Nicole. Good, Elvira, you do that. That's why I want to keep the lives short, so that people who miss them rewatch them, but don't have to sit through like 3 hours. I'd rather make them shorter, do them more often. But how could I say no to you guys? I love candles and cologne. Both have been in my life since childhood. Very cool. I liked cologne when I was a kid. I wore too much of it. I thought I was David Copperfield. Try to be all cool. Never worked. Oh, pate. By the way, I love pate. All right, I was reading it as pate. I like pate. If it's on the table, somebody orders it, I will have it. I have it all the time. What is your favorite kind of pate? I had, check this out. Oh my god, I'm forgetting the name. Fagionis. I might be pronouncing a little bit wrong. Fagioni? That can't be it. Right there on Main Street in downtown Napa Valley, there's kind of like slightly pre-prohibition style bar and restaurant. They have a pate that's a wild mushroom bourbon pate. Oh my god. Are you kidding me? That was good. And with a whiskey-based cocktail to go along with it. That was a fun night. I took a taxi. Gee in time. Alright, guys. Monica, I'm gonna have to call you soon. It's my bad. I'm not keeping in contact with you as much as I should, but we really do need to catch up. Plus, the fans here on the Candle Enthusiast, they want to see you in another segment. They want to get you in more of these videos. So let's work on that. I do have a review to film right now. If anyone missed what it was, just give you a little sneak peek for hanging out this long. It's going to be one of the European releases, a part of the Fall in Love collection, new for 2017. This one being Mulberry and Fig Delight. But if you want to catch up on the rest of this collection, check out my Autumn Glow video. I posted that 2 days ago. That is one that you're not going to want to miss. You need to know what that candle's all about. Some of you are not going to like it, but some of you may love it and just let it go over your heads because you're here in the US, or maybe you're abroad and just, you know, Autumn Glow doesn't sound. Watch that video. But this is coming up right now. I got to go film that, and then big travel day tomorrow. So expect that review tomorrow. What I film tomorrow while I'm traveling, what will be the content that I use for Tuesday. Whew. And we'll see what happens. I think I have a plan for Wednesday. We might sneak another live in before next Sunday, but we're sticking to this. Monica, I'm doing this Vlogust thing. I'm taking the challenge. I still got like 25 more days to go. But I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I love this. Trent. Oh, thank you very much. Trent, if you only knew how much a comment like that means to me. It's honestly, truly, 100% my pleasure. The fact that you guys can hang out with me and enjoy, you know, enjoy talking about candles and just be friends. You know, escape life for just a little bit and talk to people who have similar sensibilities. I always think that is great. All right, Rebecca, have a great rest of your weekend, or I guess the weekend is almost over, but I guess the rest of the day. But say hello to the family for me, Rebecca. Make sure everyone knows that I'm saying hello and hoping that the kids are enjoying the summer vacation. And maybe we'll get another coffee episode in, Rebecca, soon. We haven't done a coffee episode in a long time. Amy, bye-bye. Great having you here today. Thank you. Alright, so for you folks, before you leave, make sure you give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. But let's come up with a real quick question of the day, and then I'll sign out. Question of the day. Let's see. Oh God! Come on! Pick the decade that you grew up in, right? And come up with a candle concept that would summarize that decade. Be creative, put a lot of thought into it. If you want to do something like early 90s or late 80s or early 80s, early 70s, if you want to like break it up into a very specific period, go ahead and do that. But give me a quick description in the comments. This is fun stuff, guys. This keep us all sharp. And throw in what you think that candle should smell like. If I get 10 people to do it, I'll write my own and I'll really go into depth and I'll make it up on the spot for you guys. Figment, Zero, and myself all want to wish you guys a wonderful rest of your day. I will be seeing you soon, but until then, be good. Goodbye, everybody. 60s flower power. Go ahead and do it. Do it. All right, guys. Be good.